My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Elio. And I want to begin this review by talking about Pixar, because Pixar used to be the most consistent studio. They used to be the best movie studio. And their one from 1995 to 2010 is the best one that any studio has ever had. Like Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, Wall-E, Up, Toy Story 3. Like, there's not a bad movie in sight, and each movie begun with a terrific short film. But the past 15 years have been a bit more hit or miss. Like, you've got movies like Brave, which I do like, Monsters University, which is super underrated, Inside Out 2, Toy Story 4, Coco, Luca, Onward. But you also had movies like Cars 2 and Cars 3 and The Good Dinosaur and Finding Dory and The Incredibles 2 and Soul. Yeah, that's right. I hate Soul. Lightyear and Elementals. Like, it's just turned into this very inconsistent studio, and it bums me out to see. I want to love Pixar like I once did, but them releasing movies like Elio makes it very difficult for me to do so. I say this without exaggeration, but Elio is the worst Pixar movie. I know I said that about Lightyear when it came out, but now it's true about Elio. So let's begin by talking about the cast, and Jonas Kibrib does a fine job, but Elio is such a generic, forgettable character. He just feels like a lesser version of the characters from Luca. He feels like a lesser version of Russell from Up. It's a character we've seen done before, and we've seen done better. And I never really cared for him. Then we've got Remy Edgerly, who plays Gordon, who is just the most generic friend character who I never cared about. He reminded me of Neil from Paranorman. Is his name Neil? Anyways, the kid from Paranorman. Um, Yeah, he just felt like generic, funny friend character that we see in kids' movies. Zoe Saldana, great actress. I believe she should have been nominated twice for her performances in the Avatar movies, and she's really terrific as Gamora. But here, she's given such weak material, and she can't elevate it. Then Brad Garrett. And Brad Garrett, he has worked with Disney for such a long time, and it's actually nice to see him get a character like this. It's not a great performance, but he's still the highlight of the movie. So the cast really isn't that good, and it's because the characters aren't good at all. Like, I never cared for anyone in this movie, and I think one big issue I have is just how transparent this movie is. It is trying so desperately hard to tug at your heartstrings, and it just fails every single time, and it feels less like a Pixar movie and more like a movie trying to be a Pixar movie, if you get my drift. Um, like, the movie does have a couple moments where it's almost touching, but it just never fully gets there because the build up and the setup to this movie was so weak, and the story is a bit of a mess. Like, you've got everything going on in Earth with these bullies and this kid and his aunt, and then he gets abducted by aliens and they think he's the leader of the planet, but then there's this conflict with another alien race, and it feels very scattered. It feels very made up on the spot. And if I'm just being honest, I was bored watching this movie. I was so zoned out. Like, it is just a very flat experience. And when you have a kid who loves space and aliens, and he goes to space and meets aliens, there should be some sense of awe and wonder, but they don't even try here. Like what are we doing? Remember in Jurassic Park, when they saw the dinosaurs for the first time? We were blown away. We were moved. It was a beautiful moment. And I don't like the fact that so many movies nowadays don't want to put in that same sort of effort for their story. Movies should put emotion first, and this movie doesn't even try to be like breathtaking or anything. The movie is never funny, it's painfully generic, and it just feels safe from beginning to end. The side characters are as forgettable as they come. And like the movie does try to be about loneliness and accepting your kids for who they are. And there's moments where it kind of starts to work, but then immediately falls apart right after. It's a very frustrating movie to watch. Like, there's this one subplot with the aunt and kinda Elio, and I'm just like, okay, I kind of like the ideas present, but then they don't commit to that storyline as much as they should have, and it ended up just feeling so empty. What else? Oh, okay, the animation. This movie kind of reminds me of The Good Dinosaur, where at times the animation is truly incredible. Like, there's a small section of this movie where Elio is at this camp, and some shots of the forest, wow, just incredible. But then you see the character designs, and then we get on the alien ship, and it looks way less interesting. So it's very inconsistent when it comes to the animation. So this review's a bit all over the place, but it's just not a movie I'm passionate about. I always tell my one brother that the worst thing a movie can be is boring. And that's this movie. It's a mess, it's all over the place, you never care about what's going on, and it's just a very bland watch. It is nothing new, it's never effective. There's moments and ideas where it kind of starts to come together, and then it just doesn't. It just makes the movie all the more frustrating. So this is a movie I'm going to forget everything about tomorrow. Like, it is just so forgettable. Like, I think Lightyear is the second worst Pixar movie, but at least the first act was actually pretty solid. And there's ideas that I remember. This movie just, it's a nothing movie. It's a nothing movie, and I really don't think most people are gonna like it. Anyways, I'll end this review now. I'm giving Elio 2 out of 10. Can Pixar ever return to greatness? Like, Toy Story 5 doesn't really seem encouraging. Hoppers sounds incredibly stupid. Gatto sounds promising. That's the one I'm holding out hope for. So yes, fingers crossed, because I want to love these movies. I want Pixar to come out on top yet again, and it's just frustrating to me that they're fallen this far. But Elio, have you seen it? Probably not, but if you have, Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.